a laughing matter. At the time, it wasn't. This was before I retired. I traveled the state of Michigan, and I was in Detroit. Every night when I'm out overnight, I call home to Maryland and thank her for the cards, let her know everything is all right, that John Cole and I are going to go out to dinner somewhere, and we should be home by 9 o'clock or whatever. And she said, hey honey, Debbie and Kevin, that's our oldest daughter and her husband, they just bought a house over here on Morrison Lake. And so I quickly run through my mind the roads that we got to travel in order to get from where we live to their house. And I said, do you know where this corner is? And I identified it for her. And she said, yeah. I said, do you turn left? And she said, right. Think about that. Think about that. I get home in a couple of days. Let's go check out their house. So down the road we go. We get to that corner. And I turn left. She says, what are you going that way for? I said, because you told me to. She said, no, I didn't. I told you to go right. The expression here is correct. We say left and correct. We don't say left and right anymore. We have to be careful in our verbal communication that we don't use words with double meanings. Now, I don't know about your language, but ours has a terrible amount of double meaning words. And so sometimes we really have to explain them. So, I thought I understood her completely as to what she said. Her attitude was then afterwards, but I'm not sure you realize that what you heard is not what I meant. And that example fit that comment so well, and it's now become kind of a standing joke in our family here, but we really tune in and be careful, and we watch what kind of words we use in the sense so that they don't have double meanings. But husbands and wives are so different in understanding and processing what has been said that the possibility of misunderstanding is always greater than the correct interpretation of what you just actually said. And that was a classic example for us. Now, I suppose none of you have ever had that situation occur in your relationship, right? And if it has, it's always the fault of the other person, right? It's never my fault. They totally and completely misunderstood what I said. So we've had a lot of fun with it. Our kids have laughed at it about with us, but we have to be careful. And when we say that husbands and wives are so different, and we kind of alluded to it a little bit earlier this week. Okay, husbands.
You want me to put them all?
Yes, go ahead. Husband sense of worth comes from his work, where wife sense of worth comes from relationships. If you're